Hi guys, welcome to my channel Soil and Margaritas. My name is Roxana and I garden in Zone 5 in Central Indiana. At this point here at the end of February, I have a few seeds growing. I have a few seeds that are germinating. I am starting a bunch more here in the next few weeks, and I try to document all of that for you guys to help you. Maybe if you're in a zone similar to mine, maybe you can start the seeds that I am starting, or maybe if you have been wondering if you can do this in your own place, I can motivate you or inspire you to start your own seeds at home. And today I'm going to show you how I am starting 3 different types of perennials, and mainly how I am getting the seeds to germinate, especially for those seeds that are considered a little bit tricky at the beginning. These right here are all of the seeds that I have growing that I germinating using this trick. I'm going to call it the 24-hour freezer trick because I really don't know what it's called. The seeds that I have grown here are Yarrow, Coneflowers or Echinacea, and Lavender. And I have tons of lavender. And it is because of this lavender that I have growing here that I think that this trick is just one that is number one, fast and efficient, especially for lavender, which I heard is very hard to get to germinate. Let me show you what I did. If you have been studying your own plants from seed, you might have come to the term cold stratification. And basically it's just a way to prepare the seeds, to help the seeds in order for them to germinate better. Now, some seeds that do require cold stratification, some of them you might get away with not doing this step and you might end up having some seeds that germinate, but not by a lot. So having this process of applying a few weeks of really cold temperatures, it helps the seeds to go through that winter process. And when the time comes for them to germinate, the germination is a lot better if you give them that period of cold. And a lot of gardeners do this in a different way. Some of them just get the seed packets. Some of them just get the seed packets that they purchase and they put them straight into the fridge for several weeks. How long is just going to depend on the seeds. Some of the seeds just require a couple of weeks for this period. Some of them require up to 3 months in the fridge. I am not the best organized person when it comes to ordering the seeds months ahead so that they can be hanging out in the fridge for 3 months. So I don't have the luxury right now to get my seeds, especially my perennial seeds, in the fridge for 2 to 3 months. So what I did, and this is not my idea, so I actually watched tons of videos before from people that have been doing this for years, especially with perennial seeds. And one of them, I'm gonna have to try to find that video for you, but I can't remember exactly which one it was because, like I said, I watch a bunch of videos. But this lady basically did this for all of her seeds that require cold stratification. She basically just grabbed a paper towel, regular paper towel. She got the paper towel wet, and I think this is the key. She got the paper towel wet. She sprayed all of the seeds that she wanted to do. She folded that paper towel, and she used a regular Ziploc bag. Put those seeds in the bag, seal the paper bag, and put this in the freezer for 24 hours only. Yes, just 1 day. And I was a bit skeptic when I started this. And one, I didn't have a choice because I really didn't have a lot of time to try something different with these seeds. But I thought, I'm just gonna try this trick. We'll see how it works. She mentions that her seeds germinate very easily doing this. So I thought, why not? So I put all of these seeds, the yarrow, the lavender, and the coneflowers. I put all of those seeds each in their own little bag in their wet paper towel in the freezer for 24 hours on February 1st. And 24 hours later, I took that bag, frozen in one piece as it was, and I put them under my LED lights in my warm room where I have all of the seeds that I have germinating, and I just left them there. This is the time when the seeds are going to be starting to wake up. And how long does that take for the seeds to actually germinate? It's just going to depend on the type of seeds that you have in those bags. From the 3 seeds that I tried this trick on, lavender was the longest. It took about 20 days for them to actually start germinating, start showing some leaves, and that's when I move them into their containers. And I'm going to show you all of that here in a minute. Yarrow was the quickest. The second one was Coneflowers. And a lot of people mentioned to me that Yarrow is a really easy seed to get to germinate, that I didn't really need to do the cold stratification. And because this is my first year growing these seeds, all of these 3 seeds, I just wanted to make sure that they had the best chances for the seeds to germinate. So I wasn't sure how they were going to do, so I tried this trick, putting them in the freezer for all of them, and I have great results. A lot of people have asked me how often do you get this paper towel wet when you have them under your LED lights? And that is just going to depend. I make sure that my bag was completely sealed, completely sealed. So I hardly have to do any watering, any spraying. But if I had my bag open like this, and if I had any air going in and out, they will probably be drying out really quickly. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure that your paper towel is wet, that the seeds are wet, because that's going to help them. The moist environment, the heat, the light is just going to help the seeds to do that process of germination. This right here is my Yarrow, and like I said, I put the seeds in the freezer on February 1st, and you can see all of that gorgeous green that I have going on there. And the seeds were germinating about the 6th of February, about 5 days after I took them out of the freezer, and I moved them into these containers. I actually believe that I have a video where I show you all of that. And I make sure to make a note here for myself. I wrote when I put the seeds in the freezer and when I actually put them in these little containers. And look at that gorgeous green leaves showing up there. So they have been here since the 6th of February, and they are just growing and doing amazing. I did put several of the germinated seeds here in each little container, so I think that whenever I pot them up next, I am going to be dividing, because right here I have about 6 seeds that I wasn't sure how they were going to do, but I'm definitely going to have to divide these guys whenever I pot them up. But these are the results that I have with Yarrow. Again, if you have been growing Yarrow from seeds and you don't have any problems whatsoever with the seeds germinating, then you will probably want to skip this step. But if you have problems getting these seeds to germinate, then this is definitely something that I think that you should try. These are the coneflowers that I have germinating here. Look at all of that green there. Some of the seeds that were already germinated on the paper towels that I moved here didn't quite make it. That could have been an error on my side. But look how beautiful the rest are doing. And again, I put these seeds in the freezer on February 1st. I left them in there for 24 hours. I took them out, and on the 8th of February, that's when I moved the seeds that were already showing signs of germination, that had roots growing. Some of them even had some leaves growing, and I moved them into these containers. And they're going to be here for a little bit, because I have a feeling these are going to take a little bit of time. But that's coneflowers. Just so beautiful. And it only took about 7 days from the time that I took them out of the freezer into these containers. Look at that. And the next one, I have lavender. And lavender took a little bit longer than all of the other 2 seeds. Lavender took about 20 days or so to get to show any germination at all. I had about 3 or 4 seeds here from the lavender that about 11 days after I took them out of the freezer, these were the first seeds from all of the seeds that I put in there. These seeds were just ready to germinate, and that's when I moved them into these tiny containers. Those were the only 3 seeds at the time, 11 days after I took them out of the freezer. These were the only seeds that were showing any signs of germination. So I just took them out very gently and I put them in their own little container. Some of them already have the true leaves happening there. I'll show you a really close up so that you can see what I'm talking about. But these guys have been here since the 12th of February in these tiny containers. And the rest of the seeds were just still there. I kept on giving that paper towel with the seeds water as needed, which in my case, since I didn't have that Ziploc bag open, I didn't really need to do anything other than just wait. And the rest of the seeds were completely germinating on the 20th of February, which was about 19 days after I took them out of the freezer. And I had lots of seeds there, you guys. I had great germination. I still have some of those seeds left in that bag just to see if they do anything, because I just didn't really want to get rid of them. But 20 days after I took these guys out of the freezer, the seeds were definitely ready for me to keep them in their own little container. And I got a bunch of these lavender seeds. All of these right here are lavender, and I am very excited because I'm really hopeful that these plants, these seedlings, are going to make them outside. Hopefully they'll get big enough for me to actually have some blooms this year. I'm very excited. And from what I read, lavender is just one of those seeds that is very tricky to germinate. And I know that some people say that they're okay with the lavender seeds, they don't have any problems, but from what I check, a lot of people struggle with these seeds. But look at this. I really think that the 24-hour trick really helped these seeds to get to germinate, and it's something that I'm definitely going to do from now on. Instead of having to wait 6, 8, 12 weeks in the fridge with, you know, seeds just there waiting, the 24 hours just going to be something that it's just quick and easy. As long as I give them moist, as long as I keep the seeds in a paper towel, I think that that's really the key for having this kind of success. So as you can see, I have beautiful results with the way that I decided to cold stratify these seeds before I try to get them to germinate. But one of the things that I think that I'm going to do slightly different next time to maybe even get my germination a little bit faster, especially with lavender seeds, is that I am going to extend the time that these seeds are in the freezer and in the fridge. Like I said, I don't usually have a good long period of time to keep them in the fridge by themselves. I definitely don't have 12 weeks to keep these guys in the fridge. But if I have a week to treat the seeds, I think that what I will do is that I will do the same process: paper towel, water, seeds, Ziploc bag, and they will go in the freezer one day and in the fridge the next, and back and forth for 3 to 5 days, just enough to get that different in temperatures, which is really what happens outside. Today we have a beautiful sunny 45-degree weather. Yesterday we were in the 60s. So it's just kind of trying to help the seeds to get that cool period slightly better and longer. I think that 3 to 5 days, it will be better than just having one day. But that is what I'm going to do the next time that I have to do this cold stratification for the rest of my seeds. I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope that maybe it helps someone out there if you find yourself in the situation where you forgot to maybe purchase your seeds, or you forgot to put them in the fridge, 3 months ago, and you really gotta get your seeds started now. Try this trick because it helped me. I really think that's what I got great results with my lavender. So hopefully it works for you as well. Thank you for being here, you guys, and until the next time.